Welcome to the Eric Avasar Show. Now time to talk about Liverpool Football Club. Heading into the second leg of the Champions League, the Reds already had a 2-0 lead against FC Porto, and Liverpool took care of business today, winning 4-1 in the second leg to advance to the semifinals on a combined 6-1 on aggregate. Sadio Mane opened up the scoring with a really great pass from Mo Salah, and that goal came after an early spell in which the Reds really struggled from midfield and defense. The Porto created some opportunities early. Alisson, the Liverpool goalkeeper, wasn't challenged too much, but it was still a little nervy at times for the Reds since they did not have this tie completely locked up heading into today. But you can't say enough about how incredible Sadio Mane and Mo Salah have been recently. The best pair of wingers playing together I have ever seen. It's not often you find a club that is so unbelievably potent offensively, in large part because of their wingers. It almost feels like Liverpool is transforming modern football as we know it. Up top, Jurgen Klopp was wise to give Bobby Firmino a rest. Divock Origi got the start. He didn't get too much done up there, but he was also a tad bit isolated at times in the early going before getting taken off for Firmino in the second half. And of course, that decision paid off with the Brazilian scoring a great headed goal from Jordan Henderson. And I was once again immensely impressed with the captain. I have not always been his biggest supporter. At times he has certainly had his up and down moments, but it really feels like Jordan Henderson has found the perfect form at the perfect time of the season in this critical run-in of games in both the Champions League and the EPL. Hendo's form has just been absolutely superb, controlling play offensively, breaking up attacks, and just dictating so much of the play in the middle of the park. Meanwhile, Gini Wijnaldum did not look like he really benefited from the rest that Jurgen Klopp had given him. He looked a little bit flat at times. The same can be said for James Milner. But Fabinho continuing to serve as an incredible fulcrum for the midfield. I mean, he's now one of the first names on the team sheet. I really feel like Fabinho has established himself as undroppable. Certainly, Jurgen Klopp cannot even think for a moment about dropping Fabinho for either of the semifinal matches against Barcelona. And at this point, I feel like the first choice midfield, the three for the Reds, should be Henderson, Fabinho, and Naby Keita. Certainly, Naby Keita, before his most recent struggles, finally found his form scoring in back-to-back games. And I think he's the most creative midfielder besides Shaqiri. Of course, Shaqiri, unfortunately, for whatever reason, is a non-factor at this point. But I think Keita could make the ultimate difference for Liverpool. That's how passionate I feel about what he can bring to the table. In the fullback spots, Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold once again delivered another great pair of performances, and the same can be said for the most part for Joel Matip, and of course the best center back in the world, Virgil van Dijk, who scored the final goal of this tie, another header. So it's just so nice to see the chemistry, the way Matip and Van Dijk have gelled together. That being said, I was beyond thrilled to see Joe Gomez on the pitch again. He is just such an exciting young prospect. We really want him, of course, to stay fit. It's been really difficult for him at times, some of the long-term injuries he's had. And, I think that Gomez, if he can get 100% fit, should start against Barcelona. He has pocketed Neymar on England duty. He is obviously way faster than Joel Matip. So if he can reestablish that incredible rapport he had early on in the season with Van Dijk, I really want Gomez to partner with Big Verge again. All in all, a convincing performance for Liverpool. I view the semi-final draw against FC Barcelona as almost like a de facto Champions League final. Of course, anything could happen with Ajax and Tottenham, but the two best teams are playing each other in the semis. It's going to be so fascinating to see how Klopp plans to stop the best player of all time, Lionel Messi, and of course, the two former Reds, Luis Suarez and Philippe Coutinho. You better believe that it is going to be a mouth-watering clash. Can't wait to watch both matches. But first, the Reds must turn their attention this weekend on Sunday to Cardiff. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel.